Hello and welcome everyone back to the masterclass with me, the Dyslexic Gamer. And my players as always, and I am as always waiting for my token to start lighting up. It will happen. It will happen. And it will cut me off, I know. I've been doing this too. It annoys me that everyone else's lights up first and then mine.
Priorities.
It's there we go. Okay, it's light up. Okay. So, in the last episode, our group had fed some prisoners to a machine to extract their organs. They had done some work on souping up the Archaeotech servitor even more with a shoulder-mounted bolt gun. They'd left the Astartes at the Potts outpost. I for the life of me cannot remember why it is called the POTS outpost. It's not written anywhere. So hang on a minute, is it? See, I had this problem earlier when I was trying to find out.
POTS?
Yeah, if you zoom in on where the little Aquila is, because that's where you guys are now.
Pots outpost. Why the fuck do we call it Pots?
Yeah, I don't know. No, it's not got anything to do with the name of this world it was something that was done at one point, and I can't for the life of me remember. But anyway, they left the Dark Angel at the Potts outpost as they returned to Izmir to carry on doing some works.
Why the fuck is it called Pots? I'm so confused.
I
never noticed it was called Pots. I'm being completely honest, I never noticed.
So the thing is, I've got a list of, and I think you guys have access to it. There's all the locations on the map, and it's quite an old list. So I was like, right, let's update it. On the main map, where the Aquila token is, that's you guys. If you zoom in enough, you're going to see it says the POTS outpost.
But isn't that the D where?
No, that's the outpost. That's the Archaeotech outpost that's in the mountains above Izmir.
Yes.
But I can't.
Yeah, that's a P, not a D. It's not like.
How high is the chance that you mistyped it?
Well, D and P are on the complete opposite sides of the keyboard.
Yes.
So almost in. So from the name that I've got in my list of all the locations on the map. Okay. It's not anywhere in any of them. The only thing that is written down is that it is an Archaeotech genetic experimentation lab. So I wrote down what it is. It's an experimental medical genetic augmentation research lab. So none of that lines up with POTS.
Yeah.
And so it's the United Federation of Planets, and that doesn't line up with POTS. So I imagine at one point it was a joke that got put out there, and that's why it's called Potts Outpost. But I can't remember the joke, and it seems like none of you can either. So
Jim, anything?
So unfortunately, I've left Potts unadded to the. I haven't updated it yet because I don't know why I should change the name to.
I have no idea, buddy. Sorry.
But yeah, in the is it? Do I have another list here? Yeah. So in the other list, it's the Genetic Research Lab, which is where I have all the faction locations. Well, some of them denoted, but anyway. So the group, whilst in Izmir, did some general maintenance, some crafting, sort of. Went round and checked on all the guests that are currently staying in Izmir, and were preparing for their next mission. Now,
All the old people are dead.
but yeah, all the old people would have died off now. They've passed on.
And by that, we mean the 40-year-olds, apparently.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
For this fucking settlement, yeah.
So, I pretty much know who's coming with you. And just as a reminder for the group, obviously themselves, the Archaeotech Servitor, Thomas, Muttermouth, and I think it was a couple of Ismerians. Can't quite remember now.
I think it was an experience. It would not surprise me.
Yeah, a couple of meat shields. I can't remember quite if you were going to take the vehicle and the gunboat down and then use the gunboat, or if you wanted to fly over there and search for the location.
We are going to the
green dot is where you're going on the map, which is to the right of Izmir.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, fuel-wise, you have enough fuel
to go by the boat because I didn't trust the what's the name of the aircraft again?
It's a shuttle.
Because I didn't trust the shuttle to not crash with us.
Yeah, I think we were going to go on foot, kind of. Not on foot, but like via vehicle. And we had the Izmirians and stuff hanging off the side. Right?
Okay then. So little bit of a change, but I can manipulate that. So so it's 48. No, it's not. It's 64 to the day. So you can get to there in one day, and then you're pretty much spending half a day getting to the shore. So I would imagine that's going to be a full day setting up, getting the boat in the water, getting everything set up, getting everything so you camp there for a day. Do whatever exploring you need to do. So yeah, it's basically 2 days travel there and then 2 days back. Okay. And you're leaving your car at the water's edge.
Yes, with some Izmirians to guard it.
Right. You need to move. You need to move down here. Now, what did I actually put in you? Ah, it's just that. Okay, cool.
Was it a gay bar? Gay bar.
No, if you want to add in a gay bar, you have to add in the gay bar. I'm not touching that. So
I mean, you can't do that without touching someone.
No, you guys just have to will it into the world, and I will place it into the world. But until it's willed in, I'm not touching that.
Like the fucking like the ogre.
Yeah, kind of like the ogre. Yeah, if you will it into existence, it will eventually get here.
I'm too sick to even think about stuff like that.
Poor dude. Hello.
So
Yeah, I am here. I'm just typing because I'm trying to do a bit better bookkeeping at the moment. Not that again. The problem is I try and keep track of the days and not so much about what happens in each day. So like the attack on the pirate base and the slave camp and the like almost 10 episodes of that whole ordeal. None of that is documented. It's just attack on slave camp, attack on pirate base. You know, that's it.
Did you drop your phone?
No. It was just my vape falling over because I always put it standing up on. You know, I should place it down, but no, I always leave it standing up, and then I end up knocking it over. Yeah, that's not how you spell edge, but that will do. And then. Okay, cool. So, although I haven't updated, update that date, but never mind. So, you spend a additional day just preparing, getting everything ready, making sure the boat is the hulls, hasn't got any cracks in it. There's no maintenance is done, getting the weapons ready and prepared and loaded, picking out the Izmirians that you want to sacrifice. I mean, you want to bring along with you. Now, are we taking meat shields, or are we actually taking Izmirians who have a skill, talent, or use?
We're taking the meat shields. We first need to purify.
I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
you said the same thing twice.
Izmirian just means meat shield in the local language.
No. So the meat shields are the ones, the genetic retards that you have designated to be extinguished in a glorious manner, determined by how they die.
I repeat, you're still saying the exact same thing.
Like as an example, whilst the Izmirians you might tell to charge bravely at the enemy and have them blow up on landmines, the meat shields you would demand that they walk into the field and sit back and watch them as they
I think you got that the wrong way around, but yeah. You said
No, they're both going into landmines. Just one of them you're having them charge
they're both
bravely.
walking into landmines, yes. But you said make the Izmirians run into it while the meat shields sit back and watch.
No. So I may have fucked up there. It was meant to be that you sit back and watch. That you sit back and watch the meat shields just go and die. Just go on, march forwards, lads. Get the Izmirians. This is what you don't do. Boom.
Can I at least take Timeh as the chief of the meat shields for now? So at least
Sure.
we can kind of trust him. Leave Venus at the town because he's kind of like the town mayor at the moment.
Sure, you can do that.
No, he's not. Sorry, he's not the town mayor. No, he's not. He's the current chieftain, essentially. He's not the mayor. The mayor has to be appointed in. Well, I remember we talked about this last time.
Yeah. So he's technically a. God damn it! Is it an overseer or is it a? Hang on, there's the settlement. So Anus is officially.
I think it's the overseer.
He's the foreman.
Oh,
he's in charge of the people for doing their work, but he doesn't actually. He goes around and whips people to stop them from being lazy. Yeah, he doesn't actually have any real power other than getting everyone up and working and stopping people from being, lazy degenerates. So yeah, you can bring along a few because they're basically going in the boat as you're driving in the car, and then when you leave them, they're left with the car, and you're going off in the boat. So you've got plenty of room to take them. the Archaeotech Servitor probably can't fit in the car on its own, unless it's on its own in the back, and you probably have to remove the roof at the back. But it can sit in the boat perfectly fine, which shouldn't really affect you because you're taking the boat anyway. But just as a side note, so yeah, you set off on the, I think it's the 161st day. No, 106. No, I think it's 100 day. 160 is the day that you set off, and then so you've travelled along this way before. There's not. So basically, you're going to get to your destination with no troubles whatsoever. As you drive past the old ruins, which you're again very familiar with going past this way. You drive up further and you can see the mountain range that kind of splits this section from the mining camp, which is just on the other side. As you drive along, there are signs that animals have been here, but for the most part, with the noise that happened over the last few days and the shuttle that flew over and so on and so forth, most of the wildlife has made itself kind of scarce. By the time you make camp at your first location, the terrain has changed quite a lot as you look out to your west and southwest. It does appear to be vast open fields. I wanted to say valleys, but not valleys. It's more like the countryside of Ireland with its grasslands and so on and so forth.
Oh, kind of hilly.
Yeah, it's not, but not. Yeah, it's not mountainous. It's just more hills, rolling hills. That's the word I was looking for, and grasslands. As you rest up, again there are some sounds in the night, but with an Archaeotech Servitor it's currently just on Overwatch, you feel fine. Next morning, the whole area is covered in a mist. As you prepare your camp and go to set off, your driving is a little bit slower as there is this heavy mist that seems to just hang until about early afternoon. Sorry, about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. The mist will break as you get closer towards your destination. The signs of wildlife and the signs of stoof. Yeah, sorry, I never actually, I forgot that this is your token, not the. Yeah. So yeah, you have come from here. You ended up here on your first night, and then you're going to end up here.
Excellent.
The scenery and wildlife again has changed even more. There are more birds in the air, more seabirds, and as you get closer, the aridness, the hot air of Izmir seems to have passed, and now you're getting cooler breezes from up north and so on and so forth. As you get towards the coastline, it would seem almost untouched by man, in that you don't come across any villages, any outposts, pretty much nothing. You do come to an area where so the first part of the coast that you see is on a very large hill where it's almost like granite cliffs leading straight down. As you drive along a bit, which you'd like sort of going a bit more this way, actually maybe a bit more this way, you have to follow the coast along until it finally starts dropping and you start getting beaches and areas where you can launch your boat. Again, the further you drive, you don't see any signs of life. There's no villages, there's no settlements, there's no old ruins, unlike other areas that you have explored before. As you get the boat in the water,
do we see why that would be? Is it just because this is an interesting land, or?
it's just almost like barren, not barren, it's untouched. It's fully nature. There's no roads, there's no... You could almost say this is just part of the nature reserve of the area. Yeah, like it's just, this is an untouched area. There's no signs of battle. There's no like reason that you can see as...
It hasn't really stretched this far, I suppose.
Yeah, pretty much. But given what you know, you also know that this planet has been kept artificially uninhabited in areas to keep the wildlife fierce for the gaming and for the big game hunting in the past. And you only know of Izmir on this side of the mountains, let's say, apart from the Shadowkin and pirates. So, yeah, at the moment, at least this corner leading up to the ocean, you don't see any signs of any life. But it does mark as a bit odd because you're looking for a facility out here, and all the other facilities had remnants of the old world's entertainment side of things or industry. But you set the Izmirians up. You get Timur, because Timur is wounded. Because remember, we have two of them. So yeah, you set them up with the meat shields, and you inform him that he should not be too brave. This is their time, the meat shield's time, to show bravery, and you give him the whole spiel that needs to be said. And you basically set up camp for the first evening, for the second evening, and in the morning you look over at the ocean, and it is at the very least, and you can see in the morning. Oh, actually, no, you can't. Sorry. In the evening, you look over and you can see the island. Okay, and you can see another 4 or 5 smaller islands, one of them much closer, some of them much further away. When you wake up in the morning, there's just this fog that blankets the area. After a couple of hours, after waking up, having something to eat, getting the inbreds in line, the fog still hasn't lifted. It's your choice if you want to wait around until the fog has fully lifted, or if you want to venture out into the fog. As you know, land is it. You saw the island that you think you need to go to first, or at least the biggest one out the bunch. So, what would the group like to do?
Great. Sweet.
You can wait, or you can venture forth.
Should we do the Resi 4 tactic of shoot the water 4 times to see if we get attacked by a lake monster?
I mean, do I know
don't-
of any?
I don't think that's a good idea. In the game, you die when you do that.
Okay, we get one of the inbreds to do it.
I mean, I do have a database of all the critters around. So, do I know of any aquatic critters?
Yeah,
Okay.
there are several hundred on this world. In this particular ocean that you're currently at. For the most part, most of them are harmless. But there are some which are deep ocean dwelling, which are
Like that thing up
dang
there.
in the vortex.
the big fucking whirlpool.
Yeah, there are some. It would be described as game. Again, hunt things that can be hunted. Very dangerous creatures, but they are more out at sea. There are some closer in, medium-sized aquatic life form that could cause problems. I basically think of sharks or shark-like creatures that are in close. It's particularly in areas that you are going to. There are certain types of shark-like creatures. But for the most part, the islands seem to have less information about them as they are less built up for the entertaining hunting purpose.
Okay.
Yeah, if you fall in the water, you might be okay. If you kill a load of people and they fall in the water, and then you fall in the water, you might be fucked.
Okay. How about we say fuck it, we ball?
I would indeed propose to say fuck it, we ball.
Sounds good.
Okay. So, Heinrich, Cray, Cooney, Muttermouth, Thomas, and the Archaeotech Servitor. But the Archaeotech Servitor hasn't exited the boat, but, you all enter or get board the boat, and with a tear-felt goodbye from the Izmirians as they watch their glorious leader and his entourage go off into the mist. You are in the mist.
Okay. I probably should have done this before we set off, but I need to double check to see what fucking things I have on me real quick, because I do have spark rocks. I still have kill sticks. Why am I still? Jesus Christ!
Yeah, checking your inventory before you go on mission is probably the ideal. But you could just chuck shit in the boat. Just what the fuck is it? Why have I got?
I've got these punji sticks I bought when we first arrived at fucking Izmir, and I'm still carrying them with me. Same with the fucking spark rocks. Oh.
So,
Okay.
because
Yeah,
I doubt
I'll
anyone has pilot naval, that's a very rare one to be asked to use.
That's a very specific one. I'm pretty sure it only. I don't even think naval vehicles are a thing. I think it's primarily ground vehicles technically,
So there,
because
I'm
it's
pretty sure.
ground, air, and fucking space.
I do believe there is an NPC somewhere with pilot ground naval, but it's one of those it's one of those stupidly rare ones that I'm not going to get you to spend your XP on. If whoever is driving the boat, I imagine it is Cray. If you have pilot land vehicle, that's perfectly fine.
Okay, so pilot land vehicle. Is that okay?
Yes, that's perfectly fine.
Okay. Cray, which is the one you have again?
Which one I have exactly?
What drive or pilot have you got?
Ground.
Right. Okay. What? I have a 43%.
I have a 40%.
Okay, it's my turn. I should have cleared my rolls. I really should have cleared my rolls. No.
That's why we have, fate points.
Oh, you do also all refresh your maximum fate points because you spent a couple of days in Izmir recovering.
Okay. Well, I shall roll that again.
So Cooney, you do have 2, just to sure.
I know.
Fuck. Okay, it was better.
Okay, so with a -5, that would have been a crash. With a -2, so as you head off, so I imagine that maybe the Architect Servitor is towards the front or the back, one or the other, to distribute its weight.
How about the front or the back?
As the rest of you are in whatever position it's not. Just to try and help. I know Heinrich is currently in the middle because that's how the gunboat is.
Piloting.
And he is piloting. So as Heinrich is in the front, like, yes, onwards to our destiny, powers forwards into the mist. The Izmirians are crying. Weeping comes from the shoreline, echoing across to your boat. The roar of the engines as Heinrich is like, yes, more speed! Cray, you've got an auger array, don't you?
I have an auger array.
I will like to point out I only failed by
will
2 degrees.
I will course correct if needed.
Okay, so
Don't forget, I also have a GPS in my head.
it sounds as
If
if
I start noticing that we have a wrong direction, I would know.
it sounds as if Cray is going to help in this ordeal in the mist. So, Cray, give me a tech use test for your auger array. I don't believe there's any negatives.
I think there is a +10.
If it's a good quality or if you have some reason for there to be a +10, you can add a +10.
Or was it a +10 to my...
What quality is your auger array? Because yeah, if it's good or best, you'll get a +10.
I have a best quality.
Yeah, so give me a +10 to your auger array, because there's no reason for there to be a negative.
I also have the GPS.
So yeah, so as Cray kind of goes in himself, checking the coordinates in his head and the map that he has downloaded, and you do have this area of the planet mapped out in more detail than other areas. You personally might not, Cray, you might not have gone full power, but this is Heinrich, the rogue trader. Maybe he's a bit gun ho to get going, but
I am a bit of a speed freak as well. I do read.
But there's also the fact that land seems to be getting a bit closer than you would perhaps like, and he hasn't course adjusted, or you send out an auger. Although you don't know what's underneath the water, or I suppose you'd know to a small degree. You send out an auger pulse, and the return is that you are currently heading towards a very sharp cliff.
I pulled the handbrake.
So in nautical terms, there's no handbrake. I mean, there is. You can, in this type of vehicle, you can actually directly
in reverse.
Yeah, you can almost stop directly or stop immediately. But
As well as not going to port.
in a more acceptable naval terms, so Cray immediately
Can I-
informs Heinrich of a course adjustment as he yanks the steering wheel to the side as the vessel on its jets pushes over and comes about. As Cray does this, because he's got 9 degrees of success, as he does this, there's a breeze. As the vessel turns violently 45 degrees, there's a breeze that comes through, and the mist's cleared just enough to let you know, yeah, you're about 50 meters away from the cliff.
Oh, we had plenty of space.
Yeah, it was a -2. It was a -2. You weren't. Again,
Okay.
on Cray's GPS, you were getting a lot closer then. For Cooney, sorry, you're unless you had some sort of technological thing.
No. I was just going to ask if I could brace. If
Yes.
Trey was going to drop the anchor, because
Yeah, you could.
that was what I envisioned him doing, like just dropping the anchor and going like, wee.
As Cray says, a course adjustment rogue trait, Cooney, you can grab hold of some handholds and just brace yourself as it is a violent, 45-degree turn as you go up, as you correct course and carry on along. Again, this is dense, thick fog that we're talking about here. As you come through, you can see that it is a sheer cliff that you're faced with. Nowhere that you could really dock. You could technically try to climb up, or you can continue to drive along the coast until you find somewhere more acceptable to land.
Yeah, can I take it slowly as I try to find a little bit of a coastline we can actually, not
Sure.
beach it, but at least get us up on the sand a little.
Sure, Heinrich. So as you've perhaps you didn't realise just how fast this behemoth of a vessel would travel on water. You crank it back a bit.
A river patrol boat.
It is.
With jets.
So sure, you can come back on the throttle a bit, and as you can now see the coastline, you could follow it along, and perhaps Cray is every so often just sending out a ping to be able to see if there are rocks ahead of you. Again, with 9 degrees, I'll give you that. It doesn't take too long. I'm going to copy the token.
Oh no. Oh.
Just so that we have. Look, I'll be honest with you. I thought you were going to fly over. So yeah.
I mean, why did you think we would fly in a rust bucket?
I thought you'd spend a few days. I thought you'd spend a few days, fix up the shuttle, do some other stuff, and then come over. Like, not fix it, just get it safer.
I mean, in fairness, I those too, but then they made the argument, well, why not get the Mechanicus? So we have better access to components.
No.
We will also have a second Mechanicus guy we can use until we bring him back to his friends.
The reason for
he's
you.
in perpetual enslavement.
Yeah, the reason for you guys doing what you're doing is perfectly fine. It's in my head. I was like, okay, so I'm planning this on. Yes, you guys are going to fly around the island and you're going to see, and this is this and that. So now I'm having to be like, okay, no, they're on a boat. Okay, there's fog. There's okay. So if you guys have come almost directly to, and I will zoom in a bit for the stream, because in case any of you didn't realise, because this is a rarity, we have viewers today. I know, Shoku.
Hello.
As you were coming more straight on, I could do it like having a much smaller token, but never mind. You're now starting to go round the island, coming more towards the backside. It's not actually, I'll leave you over there. It's not a gigantic island in any means. It takes you about an hour or so. And in that time, the fog has lifted substantially for how bad it was. It's still foggy, but it's much, much better. And this is where you really see your first signs of life, and the first signs that you can land anywhere. So far, it's been that not quite sheer granite cliffs, but almost in many respects. Some areas where you may have debated climbing, but again, not really the Archaeotech Servitor's path in life, climbing up cliffs. So yeah, as you go around towards the back end of the island, you come across what can only be described as military bunkers. They are almost nothing like the construction that you have seen previously on this world, whereas most of the buildings you've seen have been architecturally impressive. There's been grandeur, there's been gravitas, there's been a touch of the imperial in most of the buildings and how they've been built, and if not with grandeur, they've been built to cover an aesthetic, much like the buildings in Izmir being of like a feudal world design to go with this world's formerly entertainment reason for existing. This is completely different. It is bland, boring, yet completely militarized in the way the buildings and bunkers have been constructed.
Well, would you look at that?
Do we notice any? Help me a second. Do we notice any signs of inhabitation?
So there are many buildings, but you don't see at the moment any smoke. Give me awareness checks or perception checks. No, awareness from the group. If you have any things like binoculars, you can add a +10, or if you have any cybernetics that add view increases.
I do have binoculars.
Never mind. I have a megaphone. It's not quite. Wait, did one of us not have a spyglass?
I have binoculars. I added a +10.
Okay, sweet. Okay, I'm just doing awareness.
Because I remember you guys making fun of me for doing it all the time.
I swear, Nuffle hates me on Tuesdays. If I don't play Black Crusade on Monday, I get good rolls on Tuesday. If I play Black Crusade on Monday and get good rolls, I am fucking Nuffle just despises me. Oh.
Okay, so Cray has succeeded. Oh, sorry, and Cooney has succeeded. So, so
I'm too
Heinrich,
busy playing on the boat.
as you're trying to look again, the you've come round to the backside. You're more exposed here to the wider ocean. The waves do kick up a bit, and you are struggling a bit to keep it under control. And unfortunately, your attention is elsewhere. For Cray, the bunkers and structures here kind of take most of your awareness away. You do look for smoke, you do look for signs of life, but you don't see any. For Cooney, not only do you see that there's a dock just a small ways up, you see that many of the bunkers that should have weapons poking out of them, there's no weapons. A lot of the doors you can see as the waves kind of take you up and you get a bit of a better view, you can see that there's detritus, like roughage and stuff, leaf detritus that's built up around the door frame. You see no signs of life.
I'll point it up to the group.
Why does this remind me of the other settlement where it was invaded by something? Right. So this is either invaded or it hasn't been set up. What was the doors again? Sorry?
They're closed, but there looks like a lot of leaf litter has built up around the doors and the door frames. Right. But Cooney didn't see, because it's 4 degrees of success, she didn't see any signs of battle.
Right.
I'll point out everything that I see.
Okay. Well, I'll trust your judgment on it. I'm too busy watching the handbrake. Quote-unquote handbrake, I should say. Are you happy to go aboard here, or shall we go around and find another entry point?
It wouldn't hurt to do.
I mean, you say it won't hurt, but we have a limited fuel supply, technically.
We are heavily armed. Let's just go and kick in the door.
Okay, so with that, it sounds like everyone's at their positions as you all take up a heavy weapon point on the craft, and Heinrich takes you in. Heinrich, can I get another piloting roll?
You can. Can I get a bonus? Yes.
If you're taking your time, or if you're,
I will take my time at this, so I don't, one, I don't go too fast for them. Not if they have to shoot something, it's not going to shoot them astray. And 2, I want to take my time with this because I don't want to, just smack into a massive rock.
Sure.
Okay. So drive ground vehicles. What will be the bonus? Sorry.
Plus 10.
Okay. No, not a +1. Hey! Okay.
See, that time you didn't need it. So it's 5 degrees. You've got a bit more of a grasp on the vehicle now, Heinrich. So you actually inform the crew, brace, put the throttle down. You speed up a lot more than what you'd think you would need, but then you have more handling, as you found with when Cray did the emergency turn. You get a bit of handle for it. So as you speed up, you get the craft in position, and then you begin to ease off the throttle. With 5 degrees of success, you come in beautifully, pulling back and stopping just in place for Muttermouth and Thomas to throw ropes and tie the craft to the dock. For Cooney and Cray on the guns, you detect no motion as you approach.
Okay.
So for the site of these bunkers, if you think of the bunkers that were built on the beaches of Normandy, okay?
Oh, God.
They're not as big. They're not as structurally big, but same really basic aesthetic structure. From this position, you can see that there should be 4 or 5 machine guns pointed towards the docks. There are larger bunkers, which you would imagine would hold larger caliber guns pointing out towards the ocean. But then just essentially the trees have grown up, and as have grown upwards. As you're looking towards the largest bunkers that you can see, at the tops of the trees, you can make out the top of the crest of even larger bunkers, 3 of them, for Cray and Heinrich. And, well, yeah, and Cooney as well, because you've seen Imperial Worlds, and Tau probably have structures similar. If the structures at the front are for machine guns, the ones in the middle are for aircraft, siege guns, the ones at the back would have been orbital. Would have been planetary lasers. Yes, this would have been weapons for defending against orbital bombardments and such.
I'm going to look over at. I want to look at Crane. Hey, how many of those can we fit on the boat?
As you look around at the structures, there are engravings in certain areas that continue, that still remain, although weather beaten. You can make out certain parts of it. Where is the... So you can make out the world's name, which you've seen before, and what seem to be military symbols, iconography, sayings. It's like Kronos. It's the Celtic god of the hunt.
Kronos.
Yeah, that's the one.
Sure. Yeah. I remember.
I have it written down somewhere in the pile of crap that I've written down. Yes, but so far you don't see. So for the small machine guns, the light weapons, there's no there's no shield that goes over. It's just like a normal pillbox. There's no weapons poking out. As you look up, there's no sign of any movement or any habitable life that's taking place. The road that leads up from the dock takes the most indirect route, taking you around almost every bunker, almost every direction that you look at. You would be in a field of fire. Like, this has been, I can't stress enough, strictly built for a military purpose. And it has been built with someone who knew about military firepower and tactics and overlapping fields of fire and so on and so forth. But there is no sign of any battle damage.
Would I know if people would remove guns or something? Or did I ever see training grounds? And does it look like a training ground?
No, it doesn't look like a training ground. However, you do know that if the Imperium is no longer using a military site, if it's no longer of military value, they will strip whatever they can and move it somewhere of more strategic value. So it could be that the weapons have been stripped. As this doesn't strike you as a training facility, as so far as you've come off the docks, you've come past the first basically warehouse area that would have been... Excuse me, my chair is squeaking at the moment. I'm stuck in a position where if no matter what I do, it will squeak. I need to, hang on. There we go. Yeah, you've come off the docks. You've got some warehouse areas, which you can try and enter. If you do, you'll find that all the doors are unlocked and all the warehouses are empty. There is nothing that remains. As you get to the first set of bunkers and you look inside, whilst the bunkers remain, all the weaponry is gone. The doors remain, but that's about it. And it's the same as you move up further and further. It's almost an eerie, was it not finished? And Cray will confirm that no, this was finished at one point. These are where the firing computers would have been. This is where the loading system to bring more ammo up from lower down ammo. They called silos. I think that's what they've called.
Hoist.
Yeah, silos.
Well, this is exactly you were looking for. This.
Yeah, an ammo silo will do. Well, basically every fort, they don't have all their ammo stacked in one place. You know, they'll have underground will be where the cache will be.
Bunkers.
The cache, the magazine will do.
Magazines as well.
So, yeah, all the infrastructure is there. All the machinery is gone.
So the hoists are still there, or is the hoist all gone?
No, the hoists are gone. You could install a hoist easily. Like, all the brickwork is all laid out, all the holes are big enough to bring rounds up, but the actual mechanical stuff is all gone.
So I assume any cogitators and such also.
Yes. Yeah, there are ports where the cognitate would be sat and would be connected, but yeah, the actual machine itself is gone. And as you explore this almost barracks fortified entry point area, it's likewise the same. There is no sign of life, no sign of technology. Everything seems to have been stripped that could have been used. It takes you about an hour or so to explore this area. And then basically you're following the road round, just exploring each building as you go. You come to the top of the bunkers, and these would be the guns that are firing big caliber shells towards the mainland, or, well, actually out towards sea for this area. In front of you, there's a road that carries on. It's all forest. It's all overgrown, except from the road still seems to have held up in its construction. There's no trees growing through it that you can see. And towards, going along this road will lead you towards the larger bunkers. So do you proceed?
I had to adjust my chair there. I would say so. I would say get ourselves ready just in case, but it looks as if this place was stripped, so the equipment could be used elsewhere.
Would I know of a reason why they would do this? Would I know if there is any procedure where it is standard?
Well, this is a defensive position that's kind of focused out towards the sea. If the enemies come in from inside, if they have a lander or anything like that, or if we find like a helipad further on, they probably moved it to like the main hive city and shit. No point leaving defenses to the enemy.
I agree.
Especially one that has orbital weapons. Fucking hell, you definitely don't want the fucking enemy using them against the hive city. So,
I doubly agree.
shall we continue on, but cautiously, I guess? Did I take the bolt pistol?
You did.
I did. Huh.
Did.
Okay. I'm going to be equipping the bolt pistol then.
Sure. So you advance along the road cautiously, and you move into the forest area. So it's about 15 minutes of walking along this road. As you look around in the forest, keeping a careful eye, the forest looks natural. It doesn't look man-made. where everything's in a almost neat row. The forest is thick, and it is littered with trees in an unorganized way, which makes it very difficult to peer in to see what's there. Now, whilst you hear plenty of bird life, of things up in the higher canopy, you don't see anything moving within the forest, and you're able to get to the first dome unscathed. It's almost a bit of a jump as you're peering around, looking into the forest, and then all of a sudden you start making out a change behind the trees, the gaps. It's no longer darkness, but it's a texture of very similarly to concrete, or the 40k equivalent, which is Rock Creek. Very original. And you come across one of at least two huge domes. There's a vast, it's almost the size that a knight could actually walk through these doors that are on the side of each one. You can only see one, but I'm going to tell you it's exactly the same as the other one. And the doors are open. You can see into this huge housing area that would have once housed a gigantic orbital weapon, a weapon that should belong on a vessel of a ship, designed to fire up at vessels in orbit. And it's empty. Everything has been removed. There are still some some cable wiring, and I would imagine it's like fiber optics or some other shit in the future. But it probably is just copper. Apart from a few wire points, everything else is gone. It's completely gutted. The mechanism that would have closed the iris, let's call it, or the defensive shield to the base is still there and still functioning, but that seems to be the only thing. And Cray, as you go over to this very old cognate that's been left open to the elements, there's still power running through it, but that's about all you can get from this thing. But as you exit this huge once orbital defense laser position, the road does carry on still. It goes in two directions. I can tell you that actually three directions. You can go back, you can go to the other laser defense system, which I can tell you now is exactly the same as this one, as I told you before. Or you can carry on down the road.
Let's just carry on. Primarily, probably looking for like a command bunker or anything like that. Then,
pretty much. So, unlike the rest of this world, which the dangers of the creatures that inhabit it are plain to see in some cases, here you've come across nothing of the sort. Occasionally, you'll catch glimpses of birds, but that's about it. The trees don't show any signs of any damage from any animals moving through, that neither does the foliage or the underbrush. Nothing's been chewed on or grazed back. As you move further along the road, you begin to come to an uphill section, and that uphill section opens out. And it opens. Never. As you come over to the map.
Ooh, that's very dark. Help! I can't see.
You'll see soon. As you come over to the map,
big dark map.
Heinrich, on a very large tree next to the road, on a lower hanging branch, just as the sun comes round,
Oh no.
You see glints of gold.
Oh.
And Cray, as Heinrich sees these glints of gold, you get a familiar signal. My master's location is close. Coordinates. You will find him at the bottom. Proceed with haste. He may not have long left.
Oh, shit.
As you look up, Heinrich, you see the glinting gold wings of a grapple hawk.
Ah.
Same hawk you have seen multiple times now. Only this time, as you take note of it, you see it take off and fly along the road in the direction that it wishes you to follow. It's not being as sneaky anymore, it's being more direct. As you follow the road...
It's actually worried about its master.
As you follow the road, and Heinrich sees the coordinates on his GPS line up with the direction that you are travelling in, you're brought to the first map. There's no even hiding this map. I'm just going to show you pretty much everything. So, you come to... Jesus, that's a bit close. You come to a large domed structure with large, heavy metal doors with two what appear to be silos, but Cray is very quick to remove that they're not silos, they're elevator hatches, reinforced.
I didn't catch the phrasing, but I'm not gonna lie.
Look, just because your mind's a pure filth. Look, we all know that one of you is Slaneshi. You don't all have to be. There's multiple gods to pick from.
I mean, this one does ask for it.
I mean, is there any other good choice other than Slanesh?
I mean, especially with how you made the dirt in the background.
Yeah, I can't deny I have laid the seeds for this. Oh well. So, so yes, you approach this area. Whilst the rest of the place was really well fortified, this area seems strangely lacking in fortifications. As you don't see any inbuilt fortifications, at the very least. What would you like to do?
Okay. So, the grapnel hawk is here, correct?
Yes, the grapple hawk has landed on top of the building above the door.
Oh, there's no grid on this map.
No, there isn't.
Oh yeah, no,
So,
hang on.
Where are we?
Wherever you'd like to be. You are walking up the hill towards this fortified position.
I'm coming from the rear.
Can I have Bob with me?
Where the?
What do you mean both? Do you want your servitor and something else? Or someone else?
Yes, Bob.
No, Bob, not both. Bob.
Bob, servitor. I can't get the thingy to show up.
Cray is invisible.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, am I invisible?
I don't know.
I don't know. Do you still have the token? Oh no.
Hang on, first things first. First things first. Bob. Your name should be seen by all.
Bob.
Because that is how things should be. Right, so can everyone see that this is Bob?
Wait, so hang
I
on.
think so. It's very small. I know the sooner. Hang on. So for the and Cooney, stop being lazy and ill. Get your token on the.
I can see. I can
Yeah,
see
Cray's appeared on the Soon Raccoon's screen, but he has certainly not appeared on. Whoops.
I'm gonna refresh the page just in case.
The map is not on the right layer. But I'm just gonna put that down.
I was I was
Yeah.
gonna say I thought you moved the map there for. Is that why we can't see Cray? Is he underneath the map?
It might have been.
Of course,
It might be that
yeah.
somehow he went underneath the map. I'm not sure how that happened.
I refreshed the page and I can see him now anyway. So
You know, I'm not even surprised.
I get my school. Please. Because I don't want to forget about him this time.
And this is true. This is true. There are. Oh, for
God.
God's. Hang on. I will. So yeah, you do have the spider skull on your shoulder. I've got to find a map with Muttermouth and Thomas on it, so I can grab them. So as your also you left the tech priest back at Izmir just to look after things, or back at the Archaeotech facility, one or the other, just to explain where they are. There we go. And the spider school. So what would you like to do as you see this facility in front of you?
Okay. I'm melee, so I'm gonna walk straight down the middle. I'm gonna go to there at the very least. I'm gonna go there, and then I'm gonna move forward slightly in a little bit. But do you guys want to flank around the sides, maybe, like either left or right?
I mean, do we spot any enemies?
No, you
Oh,
spot no.
okay.
You spot no enemies.
Can I just make an awareness test anyway?
Sure, by all means.
All stone awareness.
Nope. Corn said no.
So yeah, Heinrich,
Why?
perhaps you're taken in by the area. Perhaps you're taken in by the servo familiar, cyber familiar that's above the building's entrance. You just don't notice anything. Cray, you notice that the elevators are not working. Cooney, Cooney. So as you're So Cooney, as you watch Cray checking on the elevators and seeing that there's no power, you see Muttermouth and Thomas moving up towards the building and Heinrich charging. You take on a flanking position. You can see the building, the door, the grapple hawk. The servo spider's eyes just went orange.
Do I know what that means?
You didn't see it.
What?
You didn't see it.
Oh.
But Cooney, as you're bringing your rifle around, checking the area, doing your job, protecting the flank, you pass over Heinrich, and on his shoulder there's a servo skull, and its eyes are orange. And you flick past, you come back, and its eyes are green.
The fuck?
I mean, I've been with this group for a while. Is this the first time I've seen his eyes go orange, right?
You've seen red, you've seen green, never orange.
Red for combat, green for.
I'll just raise an eyebrow under the mask and say, what does it mean when the spider blinks orange?
I'm just continue walking forward and just slowing my pace. Like, what do you mean glows orange? Look up at him. Probably see green.
You do. You see green.
Okay, so I'm now concerned that the tile is colorblind.
No.
Cray, you now know that the
It
servo
blinked
spider's
orange.
eyes changed colour because Cooney's talking to it with Heinrich a long distance away from where you are.
Can I do a tech use? I'll see if I know what it means.
Sure, you can do a tech use, you can do an auger array, you can do, like, what would you like to do? Use your general knowledge, or, you know...
I mean, I assume I know. I have some knowledge of this tech, so I know what orange lights mean.
Well, it depends on what system you're on about. For a servo skull, perhaps it means it's downloading something or uploading something. It could mean that it's scanning. Red is for combat, is for targeting. Green is for passive. Orange, it's doing something, processing something.
Probably received like a packet or some shit.
There's so many things that an orange light could mean, depending on what it's. Yeah, there's a lot you could go on. So you can give me like a skill test, like an auger array. Your general knowledge will give you so many options that it could be any number of things.
Guess I'll do tech use then.
So we'll say you get closer to Heinrich as you do your. And we'll have Cooney flank a bit further on the side. So Cray, as you get closer to the servo skull and you begin to use your auger array, its eyes are green. It doesn't seem to be uploading or downloading or doing anything. Its systems don't seem to be. No, you would expect if it had just downloaded something that the systems would be heating up, that you'd see some sort of activity, but no, not really.
Is everything okay then?
Yeah, it's running perfectly as according to the auger array. It's not overheating, there's no power surges, there's no power fluctuations.
I don't sense any malicious code being transmitted.
I don't like that you went silent after you said that.
Did I come through clean?
Yeah, no, you came through fine. I don't like that the fact that this went quiet after you said that.
This is a bad time to die.
No.
Oh,
There's no reason to. So there's nothing on the auger array. It's not acting peculiar in any way.
Right.
Perhaps the two of you do just think that it's the Xenos or something. You know, who knows? You know, the racial prejudice or species prejudice.
He seemed
surroundings for threats.
Okay, hang on. So real quick, the spider skull did have a connection to the tech priest. If he's now within range and picking up vox signals and stuff like that, it's probably like reconnected to the system. So I'm gonna continue moving forward for now. See if we can get this door open.
Okay. So as you approach the door, you'll see that there is a key card activation lock. There is a number implant. There is a hand scan device, all of which have been dismantled.
Lovely. I just push on the door and look over my shoulder at Cray. Please help.
As you push on the door, it does not move. As Cray approaches the door mechanism that has been taken apart. Cray, this looks like it's been taken apart by a tech priest. Although all the components are missing that had been removed, the way in which certain wires have been placed, the way in which certain things have been done, this looks like someone has come along and carefully taken apart the access section of it and pretty much giving you a freebie on the tech use. You push two wires together internally activates some code, and the doors slide open.
Ugh. As the doors open, I am gonna like keep my pistol ready.
Sure. So as you all arm your weapons, as the doors start to slide open, grinding, they split in the middle and go side to side. As the doors open, internal lights flicker on. You peer inside, and there's almost nothing there. There are some defences that have been set up, firing barricades to your best recollection. An area where maybe there was a turret or some sort of defence system, or a defence system was meant to be installed perhaps, or was and removed, but not there anymore. There are 2 more elevator shafts, much like the 2 outside, for large crate elevators, although I probably should have made them a bit larger on the map. You could still get an Archaeotech servitor or 2 on each one. There is, however, a staircase that leads down. There is a small hut area, an office area, let's call it, where there's still a number of cognites set up, and like bulletproof glass. As you look in, it's like bulletproof glass. You can see the cognites, you can see a security area-esque set up, and you can see the sign that's for stairs leading down. So what would you like to do? Anyone have any suggestions on how you'd like to approach this?
I didn't realize I was muted. Sorry.
Do the weapons look armed or automated?
No, it looks as if there should be for the Imperial terms, there should be a tarantula turret set up in the middle of this room with firing defences, like barricades, where people should stand to defend the front. The barricades are there. The tarantula turret, it's not there. There's no defences set up. But it looks like, and it has all the connectors as if there should be one sat in the centre of the room.
Right. Is there any way for you to check if there's any like radio signals and stuff currently active, Cray? Like if you could tap into anything?
Give me an augur ray, +10 for the quality. Great.
I'm taking notes, so I'm a bit slow.
So it is a success. It's only just. You could detect there's a hum of power running through all the systems, but it definitely seems as if everything is on a standby mode, Cray. There's too much concrete and too much interference for you to get scans of the lower sections. but within this area, there is power that leads to the cognites in the security room. Let's call it that. But there's not much else you can get information-wise.
Okay.
I guess I say we move forward, and I start taking steps inside.
All right. What do you think? Should we try? Sorry, did it seem as if the elevators were working, or shall we just try taking the stairs?
Let's take the stairs.
Probably going to have some difficulties with Bob going down them. So,
As you move over, so you move into the room, Bob follows for now. As you get up to the stairs, suspiciously enough, these stairs are double wide. So as you, Cooney, and Cray are walking down these stairs, it's uncomfortable. For Cray and... Sorry, I think I said the wrong name for Heinrich just a minute ago. Might not have, but I feel as if I did. For Heinrich and Cray, you're very used to these types of stairs because these would be the types of stairs that Astartes could use.
Fucking hell, okay.
But Bob, being Astartes size, actually can manage coming down these stairs perfectly fine. So avoiding the security room, the group move further down. Moving further down, we come to the second. We come to the second map.
Yes.
I guess it's too late to say I would have thrown a quick glance inside.
Yeah, it's two. It's two. You
Right,
walk.
doggo attack.
You walk down the stairs and then you realise, oh, hang on a minute, weren't we supposed to? Oh yeah.
Fine.
If you want to set yourselves up on the staircase, Cray, as you get to the bottom of the stairs, or you're not off the staircase yet, you're just on the stairs. You get a data entry, a data update. For the rest of the people, as you come down the stairs, you hear this. As Cray, you hear binaric code, identify yourself or be destroyed. Heinrich, you would know that this is binaric that's been shouted down the corridor. Cooney, you would have to give me a test of some sort to know that it's binaric. Maybe. No, you did meet a tech priest recently who spurted binaric at you.
I mean, I also binaric quite often.
Yeah, so maybe you are... Like, it's a weird noise. It's a weird noise, but maybe you are like, actually, hang on. Cray makes these weird noises from time to time, so...
Also, can you give Bob his label?
Oh, what says Bob?
Who that? I said ghost.
I can.
Sorry?
So I think what happened was, if I come back to this one, So, yeah, there's a binaric screech shunt, which tells you to identify yourself. Cray.
I identify myself with the standard explorator authorization codes.
A few moments go by. Cooney and Heinrich look a little bit confused, and Thomas and Mutton because they're also there.
Added in a applied greeting of friendship and talking. You know, the usual nipple bubble.
Sure, you can do that. So
Quite sure it's something like "Hello world, hello world."
There is a response that says, Identification unrecognized. Authorization unrecognized.
Like the squirt in binaric, I'm your mom, I'm authorized.
There is a use selected token. Right, okay, so now when Bob is revealed, he should have his nameplate correct. Game? Is that how this works? Yes, that's how it works. Right, delete Bob off your screen, Albie, and put another Bob down. And, don't do that. I just moved the building. Don't want to move the building. No, don't keep moving a building. I want the Buttermouth and the Thomas, not the building. There we go.
We'll pick a building too. We need cover.
Because you're using official Adeptus Mechanicus authorization, you do get a bit more. So we need that one. Under Magos Errant Degregatiate Explorator of Riser, none shall enter here. Remove yourselves immediately. Cray, you were also given the identification that you are dealing with 2 combat gun servitors, or from there may be more. You don't know, but there's at least 2 that are computing together to give you the information. So you know there's 2.
Oh.
Okay. So,
And this is the Magos that you were looking for.
can you give me a second for notes, please?
Yep, sure, not a problem.
Just while it's taking notes, is there any way I'm able to look at Peeper, quick glance at Peeper on my shoulder and ask, is there any way for him to translate to me? Curious about all this binary wording.
Okay. So as Cray,
translate to me, not translate for me, because I know for a fact I'm not going to be able to keep up with the conversation.
Yeah. So as Cray, as there's this going back and forth for a moment, you look up at Peeper and kind of, come on, help me out here, buddy. What's going on?
Come on, man.
His Vox emitter, because he does have has been repaired, does give you a basic breakdown of what's being said in a robotic voice. And gives you the name of the Magos. Can you give me a awareness check, Heinrich?
Yep. Any pluses or negatives?
I'll give you a +10 because you're right next to it.
Fuck.
No, so as it's translated, you're looking up at it. It's going in combat designation, combat servitor Alpha Gamma 1471. Identify yourself. Alpha Gamma Delta Xenos Servitor 2 transmits query over designation 41. It goes into a proper breakdown of all the queries, and because the servitors have been here for quite some time, just on guard, so they're querying the data.
For the sake of it, I will fate point that for giggly shits.
Sure, you could do that.
Hey, 44.
So as it's relaying this really it's giving you too much information, Heinrich, and you kind of roll your eyes and you glance back at it. You glance back at it, Heinrich, to give it kind of that, oh, for fuck's sake, Skull. That kind of, that glance of just if it had a brain, it would know that it's annoyed you with the detail. You glance back at it, and as you glance away, the eyes turn orange, and you look back blinking, and the eyes are green. Huh?
Oh.
Can I say I fucking told you?
No, because it's on the other shoulder, Cooney, so you can't see its
I am
eyes.
not telling the Xenos. She can never know she was right.
Did I ever get any codes or serial numbers of the,
What the hell did you
skull or
post?
the Grapple Hulk?
So
Oh.
yes, you got the Magos Errant. You had codes given to you by his subordinate that was at the Adeptus Mechanicus facility. She's the one who put you on this quest.
I blurred these codes.
Sure.
Blurred these codes.
Can you give me a charm test? You get a +20 for being Mechanicus, and you get a +10 for Mechanicus and a +20 for having codes that they are familiar with.
Can I give him a
Can
+10
I-
by patting him on the
You
back and
can.
saying, "Don't forget about the codes"?
Can I use stick instead of?
No, this is a charm test. Specifically,
I'm giving you an extra +10. Don't worry, I'm patting you in the back. And don't forget about the codes that girl gave you. All right, you can do this, buddy.
so you've got
I
a
don't speak
+40.
robot.
You've got +40 overall.
I mean, that's still only 56, so you're all.
Oh Jesus! Hey, there we go.
So with 4 degrees of success, you transfer the other tech priest's codes, and you put in there part of your mission parameters. You're like, from tech priest, whatever the fuck her name was, I can't remember now. Urgent request to provide immediate aid to locate Magos, Explorer, whatever his fucking name is and title.
I don't think we should, declare all of our party goals.
Well, no, this is
Because if you open the party goals,
no, just the relevant ones.
that's very relevant.
And you pass on that your mission is to provide assistance and assist the Magos who has been missing for some time. You provide data accounts of when your mission has been set by the tech priest that gave you the mission, blah, blah, blah. You charm the machine spirit with the data and code that you have. There's some back and forth that Cray understands of the 2 combat servitors using both their brains to process the command and process the request that is being asked of them. Again, Imperial technology, people, it's slow. It's very advanced, yet very primitive at the same time. There's a couple of minutes to go by before you are granted access. Access granted under the prerequisites that we do not hear distress frequencies from Magos, blah, blah, blah. So
this wasn't even him, it was just the servitors.
Yeah, this is just his combat servitors that he left on Overwatch to protect his ass. I'm going to show you the whole map. Now, I was going to make this a really killy, fuck you kind of map, but I've already done one of them with the last map, with like the Space Marine and so on and so forth. So
Space Marines wasn't too bad.
It could have been so much worse. It could have
jinx him.
So
I mean, we brought our Mitchells as portable cover.
You did, and most of them survived. Most of the ones you wanted to save ended up dying.
We had more cannon fodder left over than our actual troops, mainly because of that fucking grenade.
Pretty much, yeah. One lucky grenade. One grenade where I believe Cooney said, "Oh well, grenades never do that much. They're always grenades are so like a bit of a letdown. The second grenade that gets thrown, it's like, oh yeah, there goes like 4 or 5 people."
First time
Eris had this
being so effective.
Eris had this issue last night as well. The case of, oh hey, don't worry, I can take 2 guys in the fight. Why did they both righteous fury with me with both their weapons?
Yep. So as you come down the staircase, the facility again, it lights up as you walk along, and I'll move the blue thing because it's ill. I'll show pity this time. As you move down the corridors, the lights turn on and they turn off after you passed a certain area. There are only 2 combat servitors that were defending this corridor. However, both combat servitors, I will double check, because I have got multiple different combat servitors. I think these ones have got heavy bolters.
Oh god.
Come on, over to combat.
One of us is going to lose a leg. As
That's
is
how it
tradition.
normally goes, as is tradition, like you said.
An arm or a leg.
Someone's
Jim?
going into critical.
Sorry, could you repeat that? It cut out for me.
I said, if it's heavy bolter servitors, one of us is going to lose an arm or a leg, as is tradition.
Not gonna be me, man. I'm staying.
I think it's my turn this time.
Way in the back. Dude, as a medic, a non-combat medic, I got shot at by heavy boulders so many times.
Oh no, so these ones are slightly different. They are slightly different. So
Multi
rather
bolters.
than the heavy bolt guns, they have an auto gun and a hell gun.
Oh.
And a chain fist or chain axe.
Oh, good lord, okay.
But as you approach them, they they're servitors from Riser. You can see the signifiers, but as you look over them and you get data from them, these are all from creations of Riser. As you check the facility, well, hang on. Do you want to move on quickly or check over this whole floor?
I mean, we did get told that it was urgent, that he didn't have much time, so I guess he would just do a
Yeah,
cursory
but
glance over.
He
see if
could
I-
be on this floor. That's the thing. That'll be my thinking. So,
Yeah.
like, each of us could take one of these side passages.
I wouldn't split up. I don't want you guys to be killed by an automated system.
You can always run back into the hallway. Like, it's not that far. Like that's like the run. If we were to run, like, we'd be going that far in like a single turn. It's not too bad.
So this is
Also,
kind
we
of
can do that when
where
we just scream, Cray! Cray!
this is kind of where my map design doesn't quite add up to what's on the surface. So as you go to explore the area, you have multiple storehouses where it appears as if up in these corners here are barrels of promethium. So up north, barrels of promethium. Most of them are empty. Some of them aren't.
Hey,
You've probably got about 2 barrels worth of promethium left in the facility.
I still have that stamp, Cray baby, correct?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, your
I'm gonna
official.
I'm gonna stamp on the fucking lid.
Sure, so where it says, like, you know, the manufacturing and the property of Heinrich just comes over a stamp. Voided.
There we
Property of me now.
I forgot I made that stamp for you.
It's a very nice stamp as well. Like, it's a master-crafted
Yes,
stamp,
it
basically.
is. It is. It's like one of the the Japanese seals when you see how they're made online, like the high crafted ones where you twist the metal and it looks like a round piece of a tube of metal, but then you twist the side and then the seal comes out so you can do official stamps, and it goes back and it looks like, again, solid piece of metal. It's master crafted. That's how it came out. There may be more promethium, but in the barrels that you check out of, when you look at the map, there is a stack of barrels. So there's at least 2 barrels that you see that are still filled. There's energy generators at this level. There's a number of other facilities and communications arrays and so on and so forth. No connectors on this level. There's 4 elevators. When Cray goes over to the elevator controls, can you give me a tech use test, please, Cray? There is a -30.
Can I get a bonus, please?
You can have a +10 if you take your time doing it.
I'll take my time.
Sure. So -20 overall. Okay, with 8 degrees of success, a natural 6.
Jesus Christ.
So, Cray, the elevators are on power saver mode. Basically, the whole facility is on power saver mode. But all the cognitor units are all connected under different levels. So you're able to get some information about what this place is and what is going on. Kind of the information you would have found on the floor above if you had checked the so never mind. So you're currently on the 2nd floor, the cargo elevators to the top and lower floors. This is also a storage holding facility. As you go through, you can see what the designation of this facility is. This is a command and servitor research lab. When you go through some of the logs that remain and that you can access, you find out that this facility was built during the troubled times, the first troubled times. For those watching who are new to this series, oh boy, oh, you poor things. There's a lot to go over here. So, when this facility was built, when the Men of Iron began rebelling back way when, this is a completely military built facility. With its strict research goal being that of creating servitors, a new form of cybernetic intelligence that had 0 chance of rebelling, or lower chances of rebelling. You can find a number of the research goals and achievements and things that you can, well, with like 8 degrees of success, I'll give it to you, you hack them. Essentially, this facility reached its goals and was shut down. It got to the point that it was large and it was no longer large enough to carry on the research. So all of the data was shared as best as possible, and this facility was closed down to a degree. A skeleton crew was left in charge of it. Then you see that the skeleton crew was removed, the facility was shut down, it was reactivated shortly, and then it was shut down again for decades upon decades upon decades, until roughly around 15 years ago, it was reactivated again. And 15 years ago would line up with when the Magos went missing.
That was 15 years ago? Fucking hell, I thought that was a bit sooner. Jeez. Oh god, yeah, no, that oh yeah, he disappeared before everything went to shit.
Yeah,
Or
pretty
more
much.
shit.
Just as things were going to
Oh.
shit, you know. Yeah, it's been about 15 years that he's been missing. It's been about 18 years that the rogue trader landed on the world. The former rogue trader.
Reminding that, remembering that this guy has been here for probably 15 years, I'm going to look back at Cray and I'm like, he might be fucking dead. Just, we might actually have a claim to those fucking fuel barrels.
I mean, we need the fuel barrels for our ship to get home anyway, so...
Yeah. Okay. Well, we will be taking those one way or another.
Yeah, overall, for a cargo area, there's not much cargo here. There's not much of anything here. There's some fuel barrels, like I said, and like the map shows, some of them have fuel in. But Cray,
if he's been here for a prolonged period of time, of course you're going to use up some of the supplies. It's only natural.
But Cray, as you access the elevators, you have an option. The elevators can be brought back online. Oh, thank God that changed. The elevators can be brought back online, and you have an option. You can go to the 3rd floor, which is the living space and workshops, or you can go to the 4th floor, which is the servitor research and command labs. Command. The same thing, it's just said differently. And I hate how I sometimes say command. American, don't like. Lieutenant. No, Lieutenant. So where would you like to go? You want to explore the living quarters first, or go straight down to the important areas?
I mean, I would run over to the combat circles and ask if they know where their boss is. Do they know where their boss is?
They will tell you that interference cut off their connection with their Magos. Interference due to I can't word this properly. Basically, there's too much concrete, it's too deep, and their communication receptors to keep connecting with him are too weak. So they lost connection with him when he went to the lower levels. So they just kept with his original command.
All right.
There is also a staircase if you wanted to take the stairs.
I mean, I would like to find the priest as fast as possible.
Give me a tech use check.
Negatives, positives.
You get +10 for the quality, as always. There are no other negatives, but it is a harder degree. There's more degree. Okay, you did it. So it runs on degrees of success. If you had got 8 degrees of success when you were on the surface and you did your tech use check, yeah, you would have got it. But you got 1. So yeah, with 7 degrees on the entry level or 2nd floor, whatever it's called, 1st floor. Now that you're inside and you know he's here somewhere.
So we're basement levels at this point.
Well, you're 1 level down, and there's 2 more levels to go. So you've moved further down. So as you, I don't know why everyone didn't move then.
I only got back. I had a pee.
No, I tried to move everyone, and only Cray and Heinrich moved. The rest of them were stubborn. As you begin using your auger array again, Cray, with 7 degrees of success, I'm going to tell you now the threshold was 5. Or was it 4? No, it's 4 on this section. It was 5 on the top, on the one before. With that many degrees of success, there's a very, very... There's a hum of machinery and of power that runs through this facility. You kind of have to block that out. And you're almost listening to the background static, where the background static, you can hear 3 dots, 3 dashes, 3 dots, pause.
Oh,
3 dots, 3 dashes, 3 dots, pause. But it's weak.
I log onto the signal and start going to it, trying to monitoring the signal strength.
Sure. There are two ways of doing it. You can go down the stairs, or you can go on the elevator.
I'll take this. Would I have a rough idea of how far it would be, or is that so?
You're not sure. It's a fortified facility. There's a lot of concrete between you and when you came down to this level. It wasn't a short staircase. It was a hefty length staircase. So you would imagine if it's this week, he's at least 2 levels below you.
I'll take the elevators to 2 levels below.
Sure, not a problem. I'm just going to copy Thomas and Muttermouth. We'll make sure I copy them again. So we bypass one of my floors and we go to the last floor. Yes, this floor. That's the one. Right. I hate the new zoom on Roll20. It is not a happy thing. So I'm going to Yeah, it's not the nicest of things. So I need to now reveal this area. So if you zoom out a bit and then zoom back in, you'll see that there is a square. So I've given you a whole square. There we go. And in that square, you should place yourselves.
Understood.
Although I will tell you that Craig can immediately open the door. So if you do want to be a bit closer to the door, like basically peering out as it opens, you can. How are we all doing on time?
I'm good.
I'm good for another half an hour, 45
Yeah, I'm
minutes.
roughly the same.
Okay. Jimothy, can we have a token, please?
Timothy, get over here.
As the doors to the elevator open,
He doesn't want to let me put the token though.
Wait, what?
Oh,
You can see
there you go.
another elevator.
I don't know what's happening.
And as you look out the other side, you see a thing. A thing.
Can I exit?
You can exit into the corridor. It's perfectly fine. As you exit, you can see that there is a big door that prevents your passing. Much like the other door, it is in the locking mechanism is in bits.
Big door.
Well, it's not in bits. The bits have been removed and carefully, collected up and labelled But Crate is basically the same agenda as when you entered this building. Put some switches together or put some wires together, and you can access the door and open it.
Good.
I go and see if I can open the door. Any negatives to my tech use?
No, there's no tech use test. As you come over to the door, you put your hands inside of the mechanism, you move 2 wires together, click a thing, and the doors open. And as soon as the doors open, you are greeted with Spanish.
Spanish?
Dos cervezas, por favor.
And then
No,
German.
fuck that.
Oh,
Sorry.
what?
And then Chinese. And then other languages before a more understandable High Gothic comes through. All unauthorized personnel. This facility has gone on lockdown. Security systems are active. All active security systems will kill on sight. Please, have a nice day. As you open the door, initiative will be rolled.
Holy shit! 1, look at the size of that arena. 2, is that more fucking Architect servitors?
Those are 3 Archaeotech servitors.
Yes, they are. So,
Cray, if
I
we
can
get in close, we will try and get you one of them.
I can give you a bit of information, Cray. So, as you look out and you hear the sounds coming through the speakers, the Archaeotech servitor in the middle of the room activates. The doors, all 3 of them, activate. You can see 3 Archaeotech servitors. They are not the same as yours, Craig. They're not as big. Of the 3 options I gave you, they would be classed as the middle option.
Oh.
However, they're not the same weapon loadouts as the ones I gave you. These look like mass-produced Archaeotech servitors. Yours looks like bespoke, one-of-a-kind. So they're maybe not as powerful, maybe not as scary as your own one. So, I'm going to give you a box. A box that you can set yourselves up in. Now, from the door, you may only move your agility bonus into the room.
Okay.
This is just going to be a regular, though, isn't it? It's not going to be a square. God damn you, where? There we go, rectangle.
Oof.
Are we supposed to be up there? No.
So from the door or from the green line is where your agility bonus takes effect. I would then like you to roll initiative once you've placed yourselves in the room. I'm going to go for a P.
So from this green line?
Yes.
Oh,
but
he just
you're
left.
from the
Okay.
door.
Right. Agility bonus. What the hell's my agility bonus again? 4. Okay.
Jimmy, you got your you got that?
Hey?
No, Jim.
Oh.
11.
What weapon did he say it had?
Mass produced one, so
Okay. Probably fucking
we-
Allah's weapons or fucking some kind of
There,
with Allah's
there's a
belly weapon.
Megas here that doesn't look like he's dead. Also, we can be at the green boxes, right?
Yeah. Or
I'm moving
agility
no, we start here. And then
from
we-
here, agility bonus into the green box. I don't think he
Oh.
realizes how fucking big the green box actually is. Jesus Christ.
It's 4 squares. I'm gonna move 1.5 squares behind Heinrich. Thank you for your service.
Oh no!
I have returned.
I'm
So,
going to charge.
as you all move into the room,
just one final question.
Sure.
Does my servitor have line of sight on the enemy servitor?
It's a straight line, so yes, it does. So
it would be
the barricades that are there, so they are at groin height. So they'll only protect your legs.
Oh, okay.
not if I go prone.
Yes, as long as you go
Protect all of
prone,
you.
then.
You're laying down.
Where did I
What's
put
up?
Mutter Because it's not under. It's. For God's sake. There it is. So what's their agility bonus? I think it's 5. Oh, come on, roll 20, load up the fucking sheet. Come on, roll 20.
It's just slightly ahead of
You
me, but it's
also
fine.
showed the initiative tracker.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I will do that. In a moment. For
Thank you.
fuck's sake, roll 20. Have you just frozen?
Probably.
Okay, hang on. Give it a minute. Give it a minute. No, where'd the fucking sheet go? God damn you. There it is. Give me the sheet. There we go. So it is actually only 4. Okay. There we go. So, Buttermouth will firstly go on a square. That's weird. And then you, from there, okay, never mind. So yeah, as the words are said and you are all dashing in
I closed the wrong fucking tab.
as you're all
Sorry.
dashing in to find cover, the warning repeats as you hear it say its warnings again. Pekuni, obviously you don't understand what's being said, but you see the big servitor thing, you see everyone else run, so you're like, okay, right, yeah, I need to get to fucking cover. Shit, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was wanted the architect servitors.
She speaks Gothic, though.
None
None of us understood the Spanish or the fucking German, but
was
we
it-
understood the Gothic.
Does Cooney understand High Gothic? No, it was High Gothic where the one that you
Yeah,
all...
we talked
Cooney
about this, yeah.
Cooney
Cooney does-
understands High Gothic.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
The entire party has High Gothic now.
Oh, come on, roll 20, stop. Please, I pay premium for this. There we go, right, so we got
You
the
pay premium for the
architect.
same shitty service as non-players.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just so I can upload more shit. That's why I pay a premium.
Yeah. I have at least like fucking 2 gigabytes of fucking stuff uploaded to Roll20
Yeah.
at this point. I can't not pay premium.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, you're fine with a free Roll20 account if you're a player or if you're only GMing like 1 game at a time. But if you want to do 2 games, or if you want to like build another game at the same time, yeah, it's not no. Hang on, initiative modifier 0. Well, that's wrong. Did I not? Where is the initiative modifier?
Well, no, just wait. What?
So you got to put your initiative in, and I forgot to,
Oh, yeah.
and I can't remember where it is. Because a load of other sheets, I've put the initiative. There it is. It's right at the top. Right at the top. You need to put in.
We know it's 9.
3.
So
Okay, right. So that's set for next time. So yeah, I actually thought this was going to take a little longer, to be honest with you, for you guys to get here.
didn't expect us to walk straight through and ignore the fucking
Yeah.
other room.
No, to me, like,
If
I just
remember
thought
correctly,
it would have taken longer because you guys were going to be in a ship flying over when I mentioned about orbital defenses and defense, and you were then going to like come around, disappear, and things were going to take a little bit longer. So,
I don't think you remember. Actually, you didn't play the game with us. I think you were in Thailand at the moment. But when we were playing the SCP game, we blitzed through the entire campaign too because we didn't want to fuck with the SCP.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, there's danger there? Yeah, let's not go there. Just fuck it.
Oh, we detected something in the thing. All right, let's go the opposite direction because I'm a fugitive, and one of my characters was a priest. The other one was a serial killer. They are not good at combat.
Mine was a hobo. The other one was a teenager, I think. I don't remember.
Oh my god, the spider skull. Oh my god. It's okay, Peeper. You're still on my shoulder, so it doesn't matter. Your movement is my movement.
So as you mention that,
I kind of
Heinrich,
figured this was coming.
you look up at Peeper, and his eyes have turned orange.
I fucking told you again.
It's a trick of the light.
Trickle like my ass.
As his eyes turn orange, and as you look,
It's my little plasma god. Plasma dogs.
as you the Astartes doesn't need to be there anymore. Just get rid of him. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh no. Oh no. I didn't delete
Do you still
everyone
have-
from last time,
Yep.
which probably means I'm going to have another Cooney and another. Let me see if it. Yes, I have. Okay, so that's fine because I can go from Heinrich, who's clearly rolled first.
I rolled a 15.
You know what?
Uh,
Muttermouth can actually. Oh no, he can't because you guys can't see the extra tokens, can you?
Yes.
No, you can't. I'm going to delete that servitor,
Oh, those guys.
and I'm.
Oh,
Gonna,
yeah, this-
do you know
this,
you rolled 15 last time, Heinrich?
Did I?
Yeah, because I just deleted the token that said 15, and it was
Huh.
Heinrich at 15. I was like, shit, I need to leave that one. The one under it says Heinrich at 15. It's like, oh god.
Fair enough. Huh.
Clearly, that
I
was from
didn't
last
realize that.
time. So we have a Heinrich, a Cray, a Cooney. My Archaeotech Servitor. Cray, can you roll your Archaeotech Servitor's initiative as well? The one on the Servo Spider on Heinrich is this one here. He goes there.
Because it wasn't included in the previous one.
No, it acts on your initiative.
Oh.
So then we've got
Oh,
Bob.
okay.
There he is. Bob is also denoted by the name Bob. Glorious. So I just need to do the two. No, I did roll the Bettits, didn't I? And I just fucking deleted them because I was like, oh no, they're from the last one.
No, actually, you didn't.
I did though, didn't I? They've been deleted off the initiative tracker because I can't see them anymore.
No, you didn't actually roll for them. Because no, you did. You deleted them.
Yeah, I
Oh,
rolled.
no, you didn't delete them. You haven't rolled for them yet because you got the Warhorn Minoris, you got the Spider Skull, and Bob. There's no.
Oh, maybe I didn't then. Maybe I was waiting for their sheet to load up.
You were looking for their
I got
initiative
bored.
bonus for their movement.
No, that was for the Archaeotech Servitor, which I added. I added it to. Roll 20's crashed. No, it's back now. So yeah, I just got to roll Thomas's. And then we have, so actually that didn't change because that's meant to be 9 because it's plus 3 to theirs. So we have the players, the enemy, the Bob, and the 2 NPCs.
The Bob.
Okay. So as you all charge in and take up your positions, you do get. So as you charge in, you do get a moment to look around. And as you peer around, you may have missed your notice that there is a tech priest in the corner of the bottom of the.
Actually, I didn't.
Oh no, I
didn't
noticed that
mention
one. I didn't notice this.
I mentioned this guy.
So on the
I-
floor in a crumpled heap, surrounded by a number of servo spiders, and a couple of destroyed a miniature servo warhounds, is a tech priest who appears to be quite dead. His chest has exploded. However, there is, in the blackness of his robe, there is a blinking light, and it is orange.
Oh no.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end
I
the
know
episode
what
off
this
there
means.
for the
Bro.
perfect cliffhanger.
Big ass fucking cliffhanger.
As in the next episode, we will do combat against the Archaeotech servitors and their miniature minions. You'll find out what happened to the Magos errant from Riser. And yeah, we'll carry on. I will also point out one other thing, is that the servitor that is standing in the room with you does look damaged. It is not in peak fighting condition. It didn't save how much damage did I put on it. Glorious. Well, I'm going to put 8. Can't remember what I put last time, but I'll put 8 down. So yeah, in the next episode, our players will do combat, which I'm sure will take probably an episode. And yeah, in the episode after that, they'll explore this place. So thank you all so much for watching, commenting, liking, and just turning up. More than I expected of you turned up for this episode, which is a bit shocking. So you'll have to excuse our... So normally we treat this as kind of just a documentation. So if we forget anything, we can come back to it, with the occasional viewer popping along to see what's up. So yeah, having so many of you appear and chat, a little bit unusual for this channel, but thank you all nonetheless. Yeah, hopefully you'll appear for the next episode, which will be hopefully at this time next, or 2 hours from now, before now, next week. So yes. Take care, everyone, and as always, bye-bye for now.
Bye.
See ya.